We're starting off this week with our power rankings in the NFL, and we're gonna try and keep from being as biased as possible because we're both pretty hardcore fans of our franchises, and we're gonna usually sway the way.
This
that we
power
want
ranking is
to.
a tough one for me. I didn't like making this power ranking.
No, the Ravens haven't been looking too hot, that's for sure. But I'll start. My number one team right now is the Kansas City Chiefs, and it boils down to the fact that they have Patrick Mahomes. And actually, that's all you really have to say about those guys.
Yeah, that's about it, really.
I wanted to put the Steelers one, but, that game against the Cowboys was kind of embarrassing. And listen, the Chiefs, they played a game against the Panthers where they let up 31 points to Teddy Bridgewater. Granted, they had Christian McCaffrey back, but I don't...
And Teddy Bridgewater's a goat. Just kidding, but he...
I've always liked the kid ever since he was at Louisville, but I just didn't think he would put up 31. They talk about the Chiefs defense, and they say that they're supposed to be this vaunted group and we should fear them, but you let up 31 to the Panthers.
But they still have one of the deadliest offenses in almost... Oh, no, that's not almost a decade, but still.
Yeah. Well, listen, at the end of it, that we could say that. But that, it's easy to put them one. They're the Super Bowl champs until someone really knocks them off besides the Raiders. Then we got to keep them there. At 2, I had the Steelers. I'm going to talk a lot about the Steelers, so I'm not going to dwell on this too hard. I don't think it really needs a lot of explanation. They're 8-0, sloppy wins, but they win, so nothing you can say. At 3, not a lot of people are going to like this, but I have the Saints. I actually had the Buccaneers here before Sunday night, but you guys saw Sunday night football.
That was pretty bad.
You can't get at home.
You would be shocked how much they drop on my list.
Ditto. But you can't do that on Monday on Sunday Night Football at home.
That's bad.
At home. And I get it. Drew Brees is really great.
And the Saints haven't been incredible either.
The Buccaneers supposed to have that defense that everyone's like, oh, they got everything. Brady's loaded. And
that much.
And you let up 38 and you score 3 after bringing in Antonio Brown, who I love, even though he's gone. I love him.
To be fair, that game's called Tom Brady's worst career loss.
Yeah.
Ever.
I'd agree. That was really embarrassing. But anyways, at 4, I got the Ravens. I don't like them. Got to put them there. They keep winning. Whatever. You know what? Until Lamar Jackson can throw outside the numbers or put a ball downfield that I can really be impressed with consistently,
okay,
I'll put him higher.
Still the GOAT.
He ain't that all right. He's all right. Whatever. At 5, I got the Seahawks. They got smacked by the Bills, and I know a lot of people want the Bills ahead of them right now, but you know what, Josh Allen, I love him, but watch that kid's footwork. Watch it. Just go in and watch his tape one day, watch his feet when he throws. It's not... I don't love it, but you know what? I think he can definitely bring that team to a playoff run because that defense is crazy. Even though they let up 34, but if you don't let up 34...
Against one of the other best offenses in the league
Seahawks,
right now.
Right?
Yeah, it's the Seahawks, right?
So,
the reason they're winning, they're letting up what? They're letting up the most offensive passing yards
in
the league right now, and points. So they got to be good for some reason.
And Russell Wilson. That's why they're 5. Russell Wilson is pretty much, and DK Metcalf also. That wide receiver group, everything.
Not Calvin Johnson, but still phenomenal. DK Metcalf is not. Some comparisons out there putting him at Calvin Johnson, and he's not Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. 6, I got Bills. Same reasons I just talked about it. Packers at 7. The Packers disgust me.
Yeah,
they disgust me. If you want to beat a team like the Packers, just get a guy who can run for 40 times. Line up and beat the bricks off of them.
Horrendous.
It's easy. They're a soft football team.
Yeah.
You know what? They're flash. They like to, whatever. But Aaron Rodgers, at the end of the day, one of the greatest of all time. You got to say it, but is he ever going to win a game that he's down early and it's ugly and you got to do some gritty crap to get to the top? No, I've never seen it.
That's the Packers' best chance every week is getting ahead early and staying ahead.
That's it.
Because their defense.
They got a good secondary. It's just their front 7 is the.
Oh yeah,
They have Kenny Clark, and that kid, he's a stud. I love him.
But apparently,
they just paid him a ton of money.
Yeah,
They just
I
dropped the bricks on him. But
I saw.
All right, number 8, I got the Cardinals. Yeah, they lost to the Dolphins. Their defense lets up points, man, but Kyler Murray is unbelievable. You talk about Lamar Jackson's running ability. Give that kid an arm, and it's Kyler Murray. He has 500 yards.
With a little less running ability, but agreed.
Lamar Jackson is
Lamar Jackson.
Stunning on the ground,
Yeah.
But I mean,
Kyler Murray is definitely the evolved version with an arm.
Agreed. Nuts. And he's too short. You see it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, that team looks good.
I mean, he still gets it
Buda Baker
pretty easily.
Buda Baker's playing like an All-Pro.
Oh yeah.
Besides getting juked out of his shoes by Tua.
And
That was
getting
awesome.
run down by DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody would
I'd
get
get-
run down
I
by
mean,
DK
anyone
Metcalf.
would get run down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be terrified.
But then-
horrified.
9, I got the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And I like the team, you know? So it's hard for me. But
Especially with AB now.
yeah.
If he doesn't leave the league in 2 weeks again.
Who knows with him? But Brady, I've always hated him. You know that. We live in New England. We never said that. Did
Hey.
we? No, we said we're from Massachusetts.
Mass, we're going
Yeah.
to college in Mass, yeah.
But so we've been dealing with him for way too long. And
Yeah.
now that he's in Florida, I'm like, whatever. I hope he wins. But I mean, what the heck was that? I have to see something in the next few weeks to put them higher, and I probably will because Brady does not lose like that twice in a season.
Yeah, no.
Heck,
Especially not twice in a row.
he hardly loses in seasons.
No.
He hardly loses ever. So,
Yeah, I know.
and then 10, a lot of people are going to be a little
oh boy, where
thrown
is
off by
going?
this. The Dolphins.
Oh my! You know my opinion. Get him out of there. Get him
No.
out of there.
Listen, man, you can't be 5-3. Beat a Cardinals team. Beat a Rams team that's been playing pretty good football. You can't. You can't do that and not crack the top 10. They just beat the Cardinals, and Cardinals are 8 on my list.
They beat the Cardinals because they had more passing interferences than I've seen in a single game than ages.
The Dolphins got all those passing interference
Yeah,
calls.
no, I know, but like a lot of them weren't called as well. They had like 5 called for them, and when there was a total of like maybe 10.
Listen, all I know is that Dolphins team looked good, and Tua looked really good. I didn't love Tua after the
Fair.
Rams game, but the
Tua-
Dolphins defense,
Tua, I will never admit that to anyone other than you, but like Tua did play well.
he played well. And their defense is unreal. 2 weeks in a row that Ogba kid is forced to fumble on the quarterback and has been returned for a touchdown.
Yeah.
For tremendous yards.
Mm-hmm.
That team knows how to get after the ball and score on defense. And then on offense, their wide receivers are pretty dang close to the top in the league. I mean, I love Devontae Parker. And then Preston Williams, not a lot of people know this kid. He's like 6'3", and he runs like a 4.5, 4.4. That's pretty good speed for a big guy.
They're both pretty underrated.
That's like Chase Claypool stuff. Chase Claypool, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man.
But, you know, that's my top 10, and, you know what, I stand by it. I think that Dolphins team has a lot going for them. What are yours?
So first, I just want to comment on the Dolphins wide receivers are pretty underrated. Agreed, but I still don't think they're.
Jakeem Grant, that kid runs like a 4.2, and he's just a speedster. So their return game's good, their wide receiver group's good, they play good defense, they have a good coach, and they have a quarterback that might be special.
Brian Flores has turned the team around pretty well.
Listen,
Okay,
that's a team-
enough about the Dolphins. Enough
That's
about
a
the
team I don't
Dolphins.
wanna face.
I'm telling you right now, they're not on my top 10. So if you're hoping for it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well.
Number 1, I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs as well. I mean, this is
Same reason.
it's really it comes down to Chiefs or Steelers for number 1.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Chiefs. I hate the Steelers. No, I'm just kidding. No bias there. They're the Chiefs. Travis Kelce is 4th for receiving yards right now.
Really?
4th amongst not only tight ends, receivers as well. He's 4th.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, crazy. And you know why? Because Pat Mahomes is a weapon. He's literally an army of his own, and he can get the ball anywhere at any point.
Did you see that one throw? It was like, actually, this might be against the Jets that I'm thinking of. He was like sliding out of the pocket, and it's one of those things where he's like he no looked, right? But it was a sidearm too. So like he's no looking and he's sliding out of the pocket. He's leaning to his right and he's like over here and he does it like once a week.
I know Russell Wilson did that against the Bills.
Well, he was yeah.
Well, that was incredible.
Tremaine Edmonds was right in
I
front
didn't
of
see
him.
the Pat Mahomes one though. Who was that against?
I think it was the Jets. I think I'm a week behind, but it was. He does it every week.
No, yeah, he does some crazy thing every week, and I mean everyone hypes it up for the next 3 weeks after that. But
That's how it goes.
there's a
He's
reason
stud.
for it. Yeah, he's a stud. Second, I do have the Steelers, because I've been a Ravens fan before Lamar, way before Lamar.
Flacco.
Joe Flacco elite. You see that performance with the Jets this week? No, he's elite. He's elite. He's elite. He will always be elite in my mind.
Super Bowl MVP.
But defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. Offense wins games. Defense wins championships. You say it all the time, and I hate to admit it, but it's true.
And listen,
And
the Steelers haven't had a good defense in years.
I know.
I've been
Oh,
hurting. It's 2010, the last time we had a defense that was worth its salt.
And now it's back there.
Can we Minka? I'll talk about Minka later. I got plenty.
That's
on
another
Minka.
topic. That's another topic. But he has been. The Dolphins. I mean, they probably made good use of those picks, but
Yeah, they did. They drafted a kid at 18 that was really good.
No,
Austin
yeah, I
Jackson,
know.
their starting tackle, he's a stud.
like Minka Fitzpatrick is playing on another level.
Well, it kind of works out because the Dolphins' defense is playing, like I said, out of its mind.
Yeah, that's true. It works.
And their
I guess
DBs,
they didn't need them.
it's their DBs.
Oh, yeah, I know. Who they got from the Cowboys? Byron Jones?
Byron
yeah,
Jones.
phenomenal.
And he's there too.
He's there too. Who's their one? Oh, Howard.
Xavier Howard.
That's right.
Who is
he
might be the best corner in the league. Might be the best corner in the league. Watch the tape for the
shout out to Marlon Humphrey for being the best corner in the league.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
No,
he's got the best punch. He gets that football out.
3, I got the Seahawks. I still got the Seahawks high, and that is because Russell Wilson is. I'm not going to say he's a lower version of Pat Mahomes because that's not true. He's just another
beast in his
He's
own.
like a different archetype of a phenomenal quarterback right
He's
now.
a lot more accurate than Mahomes, and I think Mahomes is really accurate, but he's got that arm,
Yeah,
But
he's more
you
like
know that touchdown with DK Metcalf against the Patriots.
oh
early in the season?
yeah, literally in the one spot that it worked.
You couldn't run down the field and put that in his chest.
No.
Better than Russell Wilson threw that ball. He
I
couldn't
remember
hand it off better.
there are some next gen stats out there that were saying that a lot of Russell Wilson's completions have a probability of under 30%, which is lower than most other quarterbacks. But he makes them.
Yeah.
He makes them because he's accurate.
You know what? I used to see Ben do it all the time when I was a kid, where he'd put a ball. Listen, the deep ball's not as good, but listen, we'll win games. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into it right now. He used to put a ball down the sideline to Antonio Brown, that little bucket thing. And it's the same thing. Just these Hall of Fame quarterbacks that can just put the ball. It's like painting. You're just painting a picture with the football. It's crazy. And, Russell Wilson does it. Aaron Rodgers does it. Tom Brady does it. Drew Brees does it. Ben used to do it. And Pat Mahomes does it, obviously. But it's just, you get a guy like that. You get 2 of them or 3 of them every 10 years, and they just blow your mind. And he's one of them. He's that guy. But, yeah. You're 4?
Ravens.
Yeah. Okay.
Ravens, because I love the Ravens. Once again, try not to be biased here. We have a solid defense, which is not. Well, I mean, we saw this coming because of Calais Campbell getting picked up, who you might think is old, but I think is phenomenal.
Did you hear about his?
Yeah, no,
he's out for a few weeks now.
I know.
He might miss that Thanksgiving game against the Steelers. And then we're
not going to talk about it this time.
And it's at home for the Steelers.
I'm gonna cry.
We beat them in week 8.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
Yeah, we can ignore that. Because based on last year, people were like, "Yeah, Ravens offense going to be a deadly weapon," and this year it's the defense has been taking us every single game.
Yeah,
it has been.
Well, you guys have scored a defensive touchdown every week, except for against the Steelers, obviously. Because
we
didn't turn the ball over. Lamar Jackson did 4 times.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be weekly banter, by the way. Just a heads up.
Lamar Jackson isn't that good.
I'm sorry, he is an MVP.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. He's an MVP, and he deserved it, hands down. He's doing okay. He's doing okay.
That guy can't throw an hour out to save his life. Who's your 5? We got to get through this power ranking.
I got the Cardinals. Yes, at 5, I have the Cardinals because
weird list.
I would disagree. The Cardinals' offense is doing phenomenal, and I see the connection almost every week between
D-Hop,
and Murray, and it's incredible. And
They're
they get
nuts.
it. It reminds me. It literally reminds me of Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce, of that connection right there.
Just like the sync.
Just the sync. The
quarterback
and
wide receiver
D-Hop just joined. D-Hop just joined, and they already have a sync.
Well, my big thing was, when Kyler was at Oklahoma, he had that same thing with CD, and it was like that.
Yeah.
It was quick, and it was just like, it's easy, because it's just a talented guy and a talented guy playing football. And you can say the same thing about Mahomes and Kelce, because Kelce is a freak. And you know what? You talk about Mahomes and Kelce, but Mahomes and Hill, that's the deadliest duo that this sport's seen since Moss and Brady.
Okay.
And that's a fact.
More Mahomes than Hill, but yeah, agreed still. No.
Dude, you can't run a 4-2 down the field and get open every time.
Okay.
And not be that's Moss.
No.
That's Randy Moss off. If he were 6'3", he'd be Randy Moss. But he's 5'10", obviously. So,
but he still gets it done.
He's still I don't even know. I wish we could pull up a highlight right here and just show you Tyreek Hill's best catches, because that guy he makes combat catches just like the rest of the league. But yeah, 6.
Agreed.
I got the Bills. We keep going back to the Chiefs.
We
gotta stop.
We gotta stop with that. Chiefs won. We're not fans of Chiefs. I got the Bills.
Yeah,
I got the Bills because of I had the Bills a bit lower. I'm not gonna lie. I had the Bills at 8 or 9.
But they played like a.
And then you watch them against the Seahawks, and holy cow, freaking Josh Allen played like a man out of hell.
Well, his grandma died.
Well, yeah, no, I heard about that.
Well, just maybe he was just playing. He was, guys do that. Brett Favre's dad died. He dropped like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Rest in pieces.
They play. They just I don't know. It's that fire under their ass. And you know what? Stephon Diggs. You can't even talk about how big of an ad that guy was. 12
Huge.
catches for like 140 something yards with him. Like, and you know what? I could go out and put up like 200 yards in the Seahawks defense passing. You know what? They stink. Jamal Adams.
They are literally allowed the most passing yards. Literally.
I said it when Jamal Adams got signed. I was like, this is the team. This is the team. Like they just brought in the best safety in football. He's like a Brian Dawkins kind of guy.
Bills win that division, hands down.
Well, who are they fighting against? The Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
Oh man. Oh, the Jets, dude. Joe Flacco's gonna make a comeback.
I love that the Patriots suck. I love it.
Favorite thing in the world.
I've never liked Cam Newton. I've never been that guy who liked Cam Newton. I thought he was always a little overrated. Kind of like Lamar. You see these guys who run the ball.
Oh, man.
No, they run the ball more than they pass, and they're not true throwers of the football. If you want to win a game that matters, and you're down by 10 going into the fourth, you got to throw the football consistently, pick up first downs, and you got to do it quick. You can't run it 20 times in the fourth unless you're winning by 30. And that's or 5, and you need to like just bring the clock down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that kid has to play with the lead, and I can't. He came back against the Colts, but. The Colts.
Yeah, it's.
I know it's, but you know what?
That's
7.
why they weren't on my list anymore.
We got to get this list going, man. We're dwelling hard. 7.
Okay, next. I got the Bucks. I finally got the Bucks at number 7. At number 7, I got the Bucks because it's Tom Brady, it's Mike Evans, it's Chris Godwin, it's Gronkowski, it's Antonio Brown, and it's that defense. It's that defense who's played well together. Other than this week, they've played well.
I had a big knock on them for the longest time. That was like their secondary is going to struggle, and then they impressed me because their front four. If you rush forward and you get pressure, that's a good football team.
Yeah,
like the Steelers or the Ravens or actually the Ravens blitz all the time. But the Buccaneers, I was like, wow, their secondary is playing like madmen. Like against the Packers.
They have one receiver, basically.
Well, they have Aaron Rodgers still.
Yeah, they have Aaron Rodgers who can pass to anybody at that point.
But you're 8.
I got the Titans now. I got the Titans finally because Derrick Henry is an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
Hands down, unstoppable force.
Wait, I didn't even put the Titans on my list.
Yeah,
well, they've been playing bad.
They've been playing okay. They haven't been playing bad. We got a dog situation now.
Get out of here.
They've been playing mediocre. But every time they give Derrick Henry the ball,
I didn't even put him on my list.
He makes magic with it. He really does.
Well, he played like crap this weekend.
Did he?
Well, he only had 67 rushing yards or something like that. Dalvin Cook, on the other hand, I wish I could put the Vikings on this list just because of how well they've been playing.
But Dalvin Cook's the only part of that team.
Kirk Cousins stinks. But
I wish Adam Thielen was on a better team because he would be way better.
I'm not a big fan of him.
Okay, moving on. Speaking of the Packers, who we talked about briefly.
They're on your 9.
They're my number 9 because Aaron Rodgers, Adams, and Jones. That's a trio right there that is probably one of the deadliest in the league.
I just can't get on board with offense on teams that can't. You know what? Like that's why the top 10 this year, like your top 10
mostly
teams,
offense.
No, your top 10 teams, right? It's
okay.
Like the 4 top teams in the league, and then it's like guys who are just playing good offensive football.
Good, yeah.
It's no one that's playing defense, right? Except for the Bills. I mean, I guess you could say the Buccaneers, but
speaking of teams that are more defense focused than offense focused, my number 10 is the Bears, who have been playing good defense.
What?
Yes. They've been playing good defense against every team.
That is
while they've lost some games, every game I've yet to see a bad display of a seriously bad display of defense.
You know what they were saying about their head coach or their offensive coordinator, I think, and it was Matt, because Matt Nagy calls the plays.
Yeah.
Nick Foles was like, we literally argued about the play he called like in the huddle.
Yeah, I know.
You know how bad that has to be for a team to say they hate the play call? That's bad, dude. They talk about Matt Nagy being this offensive-minded genius, and their offense sucks every year he's been there. And Mitchell Trubisky, I mean, that's a reason. Nick Foles is a good quarterback.
Nick Foles is a good quarterback. That's the reason
he
won a Super Bowl.
No, I mean, that was the hottest run by any football team in the history.
Big Dick Nick. Big.
I love him. I mean, I think it was really cool. I'm glad that he beat Brady, but he's just not going to get it done. They passed on Mahomes and Watson.
Well, I mean, it's like that's you just can't predict that. At that draft, you can't predict that.
But you picked the kid from UNC. No. Would you pass? Okay. Would you pass up on the guy who threw 5,000 yards at Texas Tech?
No,
under Cliff Kingsbury.
I would never.
No, I wouldn't pass on him either.
But you did, so you got to live with that mistake.
But the Chiefs moved up for him and got him. I can't believe that. Watson from Clemson just beat Alabama in the national championship game.
And you take neither.
And you take Mitchell Trubisky at number 2. That's the biggest draft mistake in the past 20 years.
Easily.
Well,
I'm sure there's some
Jamarcus
that we
Russell.
aren't thinking of. Yeah. I'm sure there's some that Rashad Perriman. No offense, he's playing well now, but he wasn't. Yeah.
He sucks.
Yeah. Well,
It wasn't like he was
okay
the number
now.
1 pick though. He was like 19.
He was a round 1 pick though.
Yeah.
And that was a
well,
waste.
the Steelers picked Artie Burns in the first round. He's not the biggest bust ever.
He's not. Well, yeah. I guess we could go
You know
down
who he
that
is
road, but we
now?
won't. Where is he now?
The Bears.
There's a running joke that he is. Whenever we play Madden, he's my kryptonite because I can never throw his way, and I hate it every time.
We'll move on to our next part now.
Yeah.
We kind of just dragged out the power rankings.